I guess the 10 countries put together, have their own challenges. Some are easy to deal with. There are others at the other end of the spectrum which are difficult. And as they compete for the same investment dollars, they have to make it easy for companies to enter their countries. So we think it's a big positive, and as long as there's a common set of principles and rules which each of these governments agree to, we think that the bureaucracy will come down. And we see examples of ASEAN becoming easier, even as we are today, for them to use either the regional hub structures. For example, Singapore and Malaysia, Thailand all compete for regional head offices. We see customers taking money out of China, for example, where the RMB has become easier to move cross-border. And then instead of sending the money or shipping the money back to head office, using the same liquidity into ASEAN. So we are seeing a lot of changes take place, and this is just going to accelerate over time. Hong Kong, in the context of Asia, is probably the financial center from a capital markets perspective. From an RMB, it is again the number one market where you can get very deep liquidity in the RMB space. It's going to become even more important as China continues to open up. As a headquarter, regional head office, we see that competing with Singapore head-on. So the Hong Kong government is also increasing the incentives available for companies to set up here. So again, Hong Kong will remain extremely important in the context of Asia and ASEAN. If you look at the ASEAN cluster today, the total trade, the entire trade is over $2 trillion. This will accelerate, this will become faster. We are seeing customers looking at ASEAN as a sourcing hub. So we think trade will be a big part in terms of the opportunity, whether it's as a sourcing hub, whether it is just increased interaction intra-ASEAN, ASEAN with China, ASEAN with EU, ASEAN with the US, all driven by some of the FTAs that we are seeing being signed, the Trans-Pacific Partnership being signed, the China initiatives. All of them will really drive a lot of trade activity.